Hello everyone, welcome back. It's been 6 months since I last updated my video. I like to share with you what happened, and it's been quite a journey. Several months ago, I saw a job post internally at Microsoft. Like many other companies, Microsoft supports us to switch teams or even locations to find our best interest and fit. This is also how I transferred from Microsoft China to Microsoft US. The job post I saw was from a CTO's office, Chief Technical Officer's office, and the position is to be the technical assistant to the CTO himself. The position offers a great opportunity to work with executives and get a close view of how they do their daily job. In short, it's a fantastic and not easy to find opportunity. So I tried to apply for the position and prepared it for several weeks for the interview. Originally, I didn't think I could get the job. One, because the job needs strong English skills, because most parts of the job is to build contents for the CTO's engagements, both externally to customers as well as internally to different teams. However, I'm not a native English speaker. I was born, raised up, and fully educated in China. And just like many others, I'm not confident enough in my language or English skills. The second reason is I don't have broad experience working in different areas or different products. I've been focusing and working on the same area since I joined Microsoft after graduation. But the position, on the other hand, needs to help to build vision and technical strategies across many product groups. So it requires someone who can manage things very broadly. So even though I applied for the position and did prepare for it, I never thought I could get the job. But it won't hurt, right? Even if I don't get the job at the end, at least I tried, so I won't regret it in the future. Sometimes you must believe good things can happen to you. Fortunately, I passed all interviews and potentially beat several others who also applied for the same position. And I've been working closely with the CTO himself in the past several months. The new job is quite challenging. I need to learn a lot of things in a very short time, and that's why I spend most of my time working and catching up, and I also slowed down my video shooting. Sorry about that. After several months and a few succeeded contributions, now I finally get my confidence back, and I think I can restart my video shooting and share my learnings with you again. The new job kind of gave me a totally different view of looking at things, and I had many learnings that I'd like to share with you. In today's video, I will go with 3 of them. The first thing that I noticed and learned is the true power of asking right questions. When I first joined the company, that was about 7 years ago, I used to literally hate, and be afraid of questions in review meetings. If I happen to know the answers, that's fine, but if I don't, I felt both embarrassed not doing my job perfectly and also kind of struggled speaking out that I don't know and I haven't considered this. Sometimes, if I received way more questions than I expected in those meetings, I even felt attacked personally. This is definitely not a healthy mindset, especially for PMs, because parts of our job is to address questions and bring clarity to the team. I still remembered I presented a feature proposal to a group of high-level managers, and I felt overwhelmed with non-stopping questions in the meeting. At the end of the meeting, one manager seems to notice that and said to me, "I know we're pushing hard on this, but I just want you to know that you did a great job on the proposal, and we just want to push it to next level if possible." My mentor also noticed this, and he told me after the meeting that others ask questions, especially those meaningful ones, because they care. And it's definitely a good thing that others care about your work. After several years, now I can deal with any kind of questions respectfully and not take it personally. But before this new job, my role was always on the side of addressing questions or concerns from the leadership team. Most of the time, I was the one who presents the project and address questions from others. With this new role, however, I was able to join many review meetings and see how other teams present their projects and what questions they get. And because I don't have the pressure to answer those questions. I finally got to see the true power of those red questions. These red questions can help the team see the new opportunities, and an outside view can also help the team reevaluate their fixed mindset, perhaps due to some legacy reasons. And sometimes it can also uncover limitations that are hidden under some good results. The more I learned, the more I noticed that the ability to ask right questions makes a great lead. For many of us who grew up and educated in China, including me, of course, we are not very good at critical thinking. Having a manager or someone working closely with you to ask the right questions will help you train your critical thinking gradually and further help with your career growth. The second thing I noticed is the importance of developing your skills in a T shape. What does that mean? The concept of T-shaped skills is to have both the depth of related skills or expertise in a single field and also the breadth of knowledge in a lot of capabilities. I see many executives show this pattern. They usually have expertise in one or two fields and are well respected in the industry. At the same time, they also learn things broadly, both driven by work and their self-interest. This reminds me of my first chat with my graduate supervisor. In that chat, I asked him if he could help me make a study plan for the next 2 to 3 years. He said he had a general suggestion for everyone. Basically, the first year you should build the basic skills evenly and solid. That includes English, basic computer science knowledge, communication skills, teamwork and collaboration skills, and several other things. Then, starting from the second year, you should really pick up one or two areas that you are interested in and dig deeper there. With this, when you graduate, you will both get a solid foundation of all required basic skills. At the same time, you also get your expertise in depth that can differentiate you from others. It was a truly excellent suggestion. But to be honest, I only started realizing the importance of it after I graduated. The observations I got from those executives reminds me of this chat, and I think it's worth to share it with you. Our time is limited, our energy is also limited. For most of us, we cannot build our expertise in many areas together, but picking one or two fields and going as deep as we can is definitely possible. At the same time, don't bury yourself in details. Expand the breadth and learn things broadly. Sometimes myself, I'm surprised how two things can magically connect with each other and generate new inspirations. The third thing I noticed is the power of writing. In my previous team as a PM, I wrote many documents, both short ones and long ones. However, I barely communicate purely with written documents. I read these documents, but after that, I usually tend to schedule meetings to go through and discuss these documents with the team. This pattern worked well, but looking back at it now, I think it is because I only worked with a relatively small group of people. Here are my thoughts now. When you are a junior PM, your work scope is small and specific. The problem you need to solve is also not that hard, and you probably only need to work closely with several engineers in your team. In this phase, even if you don't write great documents, you can still survive because things can be sorted out easily within a small group. When you become a more senior PM, your work scope is also bigger and the problem you need to solve is harder, and perhaps you will more often work across teams to bring clarity and drive the projects. And that basically means you need to work with a larger group of people. In this case, writing becomes more important. Why? Because meetings and discussions are no longer the most efficient way to communicate with a large group of people. Not sure if you've had this kind of experience before. Meetings with less than 5 people usually run well, regardless of how you host it. But meetings with 5 to 10 people starts getting a little bit messy, and you will need some meeting skills to host them well. But if you have ever led a meeting with, let's say, more than 20 people, it can be a disaster if you allow for discussions. The best way to run these kind of large meetings is to reserve, let's say, the first 20 minutes, for example, for the attendees to read a document and leave their comments in the doc, and then discuss their comments one by one for the rest of the meeting. In the last case, for the large meetings, writing becomes more important because you have to communicate your idea clearly, purely via the document, at least for the first 20 minutes of the meeting, without you saying an extra word. When you become a team lead or higher level team manager, writing becomes more and more important. This is what I observed in the past several months. As a senior lead, the scope is even bigger and you need to work with or manage even more people. Also, the problem you need to solve are harder, and you will often need to share the product vision, strategy, or define process and frameworks for your team. You will have to spread your idea accurately and bring clarity to all your team members. Usually, this is done by sharing a vision or strategy document with the team. If the team is big enough, let's say 200 people, it is almost impossible for you to talk with everyone and convey them your thoughts. A clear, well-written, well-maintained document is definitely better. In the new team, I got to read many well-written strategy docs in the past few months, more than I did for the past several years. I was amazed by how well one can communicate only with document. I also read books, but these docs are a little bit different. They're closer to my work, and I can truly feel the power of them. I'm not perfectly at writing as well, and I know I still have a long journey to go, but at least now I see the importance of it, and I still have time to learn and practice. That's my 3 top learnings for now. I still have other things that I want to share with you, but this video has been too long, so let's end here and hopefully I will see you in my future videos. Let's learn together. Bye!